How you guys doing? This is Virgo Durai, and today we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Dragonball Xenoverse. Now, as you know, the game is already out in Japan, and so there won't be much more new information coming out, but there will be a lot of speculation because a lot of us have not gotten our hands on the game. So the first thing I want to say is if you haven't checked out the game on Twitch, you can already do that. Just go on twitch.com, type in the search Dragonball Xenoverse, and whoever's streaming it, it'll pop up. Now, I personally watch ChyadoSensei, so a lot of my information, my speculation is going to be based off of his channel. I'll link you to his channel below in the description. The first thing I want to talk about is some of the seemingly unavoidable moves or easily spammable moves. So, mind you, this is good, bad, and ugly, so let's get this started. The first move is Victory Rush. Victory Rush is an attack that basically, I haven't seen a limit for it, but it teleports to wherever the enemy is and basically gives them a teleport beatdown. And because it's the ultimate attack, it also has super armor on it. So you can't escape move out of it, you can't blast out of it, and even if you try to snap vanish, because he's teleporting with you, it's difficult to avoid. Now, from what I've also seen though, is when you see the startup for the attack, you can move because it homes in on your current position. So that's a good or bad thing, but it's going to take us to get our hands on it to see how that works. The next thing is 17's ultimate. I don't quite know the attack for it. He slides his hand across the screen, a big huge green energy wave comes out, and it's deceptively fast, and it's also hard to get around. Now, I haven't seen anyone try to do the logical thing of just flying up, because it flies diagonal at you. I haven't seen anybody try to go up or down. I've seen them try to run away from it, and they always get hit. So that's one of the moves that people are probably going to complain about with the broken thing. Now, as mentioned in my aforementioned video, the burning attack spam, I've now seen it done 3 times. So I still don't know if there's a way out of it. Good or bad thing, you can't see the enemy stamina bar. So I don't know if it's possible to snap vanish out of it or to move out of the way. But once again, once we get our hands on it, we'll try that out. Now, on to the missions. There's a lack of difficult mission drops. A lot of the missions, a lot of the good things that are required are rare drops on some of the earlier missions. Now me, I like a difficult game, and if I want there to be a mission drop that, for something broken, I want it to be on the later stages. I don't want to sit there and constantly spam the same mission over and over again with no difficulty, because then it seems like a chore. It doesn't seem like I'm getting better. It doesn't seem like I'm training. And for me, that's a bad thing. If you think it's a good thing, let me know. Some people are going to like the fact that, hey, it's a difficult mission. It's a rare drop, but I can just get it like that. The next thing is, as many of you know, Toa, Mira, and Demigra are not playable. I really feel like Bandai Namco dropped the ball on this one. Hopefully, they'll be out in later DLC. But if you've seen Mira and Demigra play, they sort of seem like creative characters. Mira's moves in particular, I think he has the Karma Ball, and he has like a few other moves from other characters. So I don't know what's up with that, but I still think they should have been playable. The next thing on the list that's bad for me is there's no co-op story missions. Even post-game, you cannot do co-op story, which frustrates my friends. I personally don't mind, but my friends who like to get into games for stories, and we're getting into this for the co-op, are frustrated because they're looking at I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but they're looking at certain fights and people are getting wrecked and there's nothing you can do. Yet this game is meant for you to level yourself. You have to power level yourself, and there are some people who don't like that. I personally love it. It makes it so you cannot beat this game in one setting. One thing that really annoys me about this game is the lack of classic story mode. I feel like it would have been pretty easy to add in a classic story mode, and you could play as your created character or you could play as the person involved in the battle, but there is no, once you fix the timeline, now you can go back and actually play it. Basically, I would want a DBZ Legacy mode. That's something for Bandai Namco to think of with the second one, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be another one. Now, the next one I think is positive. A lot of people dislike. There's an inability to change colors of authentic clothing items. So let's say you get Goku's jumpsuit, you can't change the color of it. Let's say you get Trunks' outfit, you can't change the color of it. It's authentic. There are items that you can wear and you can change the color of, and then there are items that you simply cannot edit. A lot of people are annoyed by this, but you know, I think it will bring diversity, because you won't see everybody running around in Goku's jumpsuit in different colors. That's why I like it, but that's my thing. Now, the difficulty setting. There is no difficulty setting. There's basically high level, mid level, and low level. Whatever level the enemy is, that's pretty much how you can gauge how powerful they'll be and how difficult the mission will be. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, because I like practicing my reflexes. I'm a competitive gamer. I like to test my own reflexes, and I like to push the limits on, you know, of course, beating the computer. And, you know, I take pride in that. So it is what it is. One thing that's a negative for me, short fights, because of the small health bars or attack or high attack. I don't know what it is, but most of the fights end in under 3 minutes. And with that 3 minutes, we'll talk on that. I haven't seen an option to change the time limit in PvP to anything longer, or even unlimited. There have been some fights I've seen go past the 3-minute time limit, and then the fight just ends. And you know, me personally, I like a conclusion to all of my fights. I don't like draws. I don't like, oh, your health is a little higher than mine, so you win. I dislike that at all. So I feel like one thing they need to do is you know, they said they're having an upcoming patch. They need to alter these health bars, and they need to make these fights a little bit longer, just a little bit more epic. Another thing I like is that there's mini stories when you train with your masters. Now, you know, they'll obviously say, get me this, get me that, and I'll teach you this move. But there's like little mini storylines alongside that. Not like it's cutscene centric or anything like that, but it is, you know, they're talking to you and they're feeding you stories. It's just more content, and I personally, I like that. I think that's pretty cool. That's something that they can definitely expand upon one day. And the last thing, there is no training mode. So for people like me who are looking to get into that world tournament and, you know, brush up on that one combo, there's no training mode at all, which means if you're going to want to play in this world tournament and you're going to want to be a PvP master, looks like you're going to have to call on your friends. You're going to have to call on somebody that you trust to basically practice your combos, practice your vanishing, practice your timing, and get all that down. But yeah, so this is the good and the bad that I have seen from Dragonball Xenoverse. Once again, I am Virgo Durai. Please like, comment, subscribe down below.